We signed a number of youngsters on professional contracts at the start of the season. Good quality youngsters in that batch there, Sarge.
Yeah, there is. We spoke early on in the season. I think it's been, every young player, anyone who's played knows how tough it is coming into a first team environment, signing your first professional contract. And I don't think we've had, so many for quite a number of years. And not just that, quality wise, they've held their own in training. A couple have been out on loan, a couple of loans got stopped with the English system. But I think throughout, what are we in now, 9 months of them training every day, they've fair play to them. They've been different class. It's been a tough year, obviously, for everyone. And I think credit to them. They've knuckled down. They've done the gym work. They've, as I say, they've held their own training every day. They want to improve. They want to get better. I think, so massive credit to them. The only thing, they've been missing quite a lot of games. You work every day for some kind of, some kind of goal at the end of the week in terms of games and stuff. So, and with the situation, the first team have needed to take most of them minutes to keep ticking over, which is a shame for them. Some of them have probably only played 3, 4, 5, 90 minutes throughout the season. So, as I said, fair play for them to, conducting themselves and their application throughout the 6, 7, 8 months, whatever we're on now. Hopefully we can kick on now and get them all some games. But it's been tough for everyone throughout the academy, really, even the younger age groups. We've had to adapt, and I'm sure everyone else has at different clubs and different coaches, different methods of learning and trying to develop them. So Si Smith, Si Spend have kept on top of the next lot underneath them, the 19s and stuff, and they're well aware of what they need to be doing to kind of follow the footsteps of all the first year pros this year. And credit to the academy staff as well. They've provided a lot of variety, and we've kind of used it as a bit of a positive, really, to cover stuff that we haven't really maybe don't touch on enough in terms of modules and different ways of learning and stuff, and nutrition and all stuff like that. So fair play to the lads, and the kids, parents, everyone. They've been really, really good, and it's good to have light at the end of the tunnel finally.
And you refer to the COVID-19 difficulties. How frustrating has that been for the staff in terms of not having the one-on-one contact with the youngsters like we normally would? Or has it been beneficial in the sense that other areas have been explored, like the Zoom meetings, and in a way that's taken the place of what you would perhaps have done previously?
Yeah, it's similar to what I mentioned there. It has been tough. It's your priority is to get on the grass, and that's what you love doing. It's your full-time job, and you look forward every day. I've been lucky enough to be involved with the first team a little bit this season since the summer. So it's been a little bit different to me. I've still had a focus day in, day out, whereas the other lads are missing being on the grass, which hopefully that's changing. But yeah, as you say, and as I mentioned already, it's tried to turn it into a positive and cover a lot of things, associated to what we, how we want a TNS player to look like, basically. What's a midfielder got to do to take John Routledge's place, Danny Redmond's place, Ben Clark come through the academy, Tom Holland, Leo Smith. What have they got to do to take those places? So, excuse me, we've turned it into a kind of positive, and we've had great engagement and great feedback off the kids and the parents, and so we're nearly there now, and hopefully we can get a lot of games going.
And back to those who've signed first year professional contracts, the latest one is Jake Canavan. Great background, of course, pedigree at Manchester City, briefly as a youngster, although he's still only 17, of course. Then 3 years at Burnley, comes to Park Hall, and he signs a professional contract at a tender age. You must have seen, and the other coaching staff, a lot of potential in Jake.
Yeah, of course. It's you speak about his pedigree and where he's been. It goes without saying. He came in and we thought, hang on, we've got a bit of a player here, but it's not so much that. It's he typifies everything I've said about a typical TNS midfielder. He's he's tenacious. He's so athletic. He's so good on the ball, playing forwards in 1 and 2 touches, good in tight spaces. So he's everything we look for really, and he come into a really good environment with Keir and Jace, etc. And myself, Spence, were working with him a little bit last year, and we felt at home, and I think we provided a nice platform for him to get going again. And whether he's 17, 18 or 19, if you're good enough, we're showing now that the kids are going to get a chance. And he's grabbed it with both hands since he come in every day. He's right up there in the GPS. He's running the show at times in training with the first team lads. They've all taken to him. So yeah, he's seventh or eighth, I've forgotten now, in a 12-year period coming through the system. So it speaks volumes, and it's that environment that you're creating, that someone can come from Burnley and settle in and love it so much that he wants to spend the next 2.5, 3 years of his career here. So yeah, it's credit to everyone at the moment.
And especially Jake, because of his age, what message does that give out here from the New Saints to youngsters in terms of, as you've said, Sarge, if you're good enough, your age doesn't come into it? Yeah,
well, as you say, it speaks volumes really, doesn't it? It's not so much the young lads here as well, who are already in our system and wanting to make those next steps, in whether it be 15, 16, or they're already on the scholarship. It's players from anywhere who are released from those top clubs who are thinking, I've got a chance at TNS. To give the lads a chance, and they give them time to develop. The young lads we've got now are they're all on their own individual pathways of development, so they all develop at different rates, they all bring different attributes. So yeah, I think first time this season, scholarship, first year Josh Beeman, he's just come from Stoke, so we're starting to notice a little bit of a difference now in where we're recruiting from, and yeah, so it speaks, as you say, it speaks volumes. It's proven that it's a good place to be, and that's what we want moving forward. That's the vision, getting top players and producing these good young players that we're doing now.
And as far as the youngsters themselves are concerned, they are definitely not here just to make up the numbers. Take Josh Bailey, for example. He made his debut last season, came on as a substitute at Carmarthen. This time round, started against Barrytown United in the JD Cymru Premier. 4 days later, he was on the bench against B36.
Yeah, so there you go again. Yeah, it's they're getting opportunities. It's obvious that sometimes it'll be through injuries of other players and through the fact that we need a couple of young lads on the bench, but they're not there to make up the numbers. As you say, Josh started against Barry, and just on that, he had a really tough 45 minutes in that game. So it's a case of keeping that mental strength, and they're going to have bad times, they're going to have bad weeks, bad months sometimes, but it's just getting your arm around them and keeping them going and regain the focus of what they're trying to achieve, because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, wouldn't he? But Josh has made a great reaction. I'll mention Josh because you've touched on him yourself. He's working day in, day out like all the other lads, and again he's starting tonight. He's getting his rewards as well.
And on a personal level, how smoothly has the transition gone from player to coach?
Yeah, we've touched on it a few times, haven't we? I've been all right. I know a lot of players struggle going into coaching or whatever pathway they choose, but I've been provided a good opportunity with this role. It's a big role. It's enjoyable. It's it's a perfect role for me at this time, and obviously, as I said before, with the first team now. So that's the next kind of step on the pathway. So I've been fine. I've enjoyed it. I've had no bad nights over it. I was all right with making the step, and I thought it was the right time. Yeah, so long may it continue.
And you mentioned the game tonight. That will be our final friendly, and it's against Bangor City. And then on the weekend, the rubber really does hit the road, because we're back to JD Cymru Premier action against Barrytown.
Yeah, one final push now. A few of the lads who haven't had minutes in the last week or so will be playing tonight. So, and then then we're back at it. Then it's been tough, but the lads have been different class. They've been focused every day. They've done the work, and they're ready to go now. Yeah, looking forward to it.